Over the past 6 months, I have been uploading a beginner's guide series for the Star Wars RPG, breaking down core concepts of each chapter of these core rulebooks so that game masters and player characters alike can have an easier time learning and sharing the game with others. We have gone through 9 total chapters of the 3 core rulebooks, and now it is finally finished. Get ready for the final chapter, Adversaries and Enemies, which starts now. Welcome everybody to the Tabletop Empire. My name is Nate, and today I'm going to cover one little mechanic that is in the Game Master section, but I feel like it's important and it kind of fits similarly in this enemies video. This mechanic is the fear check, which is pretty much just a check that the GM will tell the PCs to make when they're in an unusually frightening situation, where the player rolls cool or discipline against the level of fear set in the fear guidelines table. Minimally afraid could be an easy check, while utterly terrified could be a formidable one. One thing to note is that players will only ever have to roll 1 fear check per source of fear unless the circumstances change substantially. If a player fails a fear check, penalties are up to the GM, but it could be adding a setback dice, suffering strain, or maybe if a despair is rolled, every check difficulty is upgraded. If the character is a Jedi, they can also suffer conflict since fear
is the path to the dark side.
It should be noted though that a leadership check can't snap fellow party members or NPCs out of fear. So moving on to adversaries, which fall into typically 3 different categories. We have minions, rivals, and nemesis. Starting with minions, don't worry, it's not the illumination kind. Minions are the most common enemies players will face. These pose more of a threat in large number and shouldn't really be able to face a player character one-on-one. A GM should not use a single minion unless they want to give an easy challenge. Examples of minions are going to be stormtroopers, TIE pilots, or battle droids, and so on. Minions have a few special rules. The first one being, unless otherwise specified, minions do not suffer strain. Instead, any strain that they would take goes straight to their wounds. They're not even able to take strain voluntarily. If a minion exceeds their wound threshold, the GM can decide between death or incapacitation depending on the circumstances. The second special minion rule is that minions do not individually possess ranks and skills. Sorry if it sounds different, I need to re-record this bit. Minion rule number 3, minions can act in groups. Acting in groups mean they gain access to specified skills. 1 rank per minion in the group, -1, so 3 stormtroopers means 2 ranks into stormtrooper listed skills. So the way this works is, let's say you have 4 stormtroopers, each with 5 wounds threshold. They would share 1 wound threshold of 20. When their wounds reach 15, 1 stormtrooper is defeated, then at 10, then 5, then 0. Player characters will also target minion groups, not individual minions. And likewise, the minion group will attack once as a group, not individually. Minion rule number 4 is that critical injuries immediately incapacitate or kill them. If you crit on a minion group, then it takes 1 minion's worth of wounds, incapacitating 1 minion in the group. And then the final special rule for minions is that they can only group with other minions of the same type. Next is rivals, which are kind of the in-between of Nemesis and minions. Rivals are more similar to player characters, but they're generally less skilled. Rivals will have 2 special rules. The first being that rivals suffer critical injuries normally, however, exceeding wound thresholds can kill them outright. The second rule is that a rival cannot suffer strain and takes wounds instead. However, a rival can use abilities or talents that cause them to suffer strain, but this causes them to suffer wounds instead. The GM, however, can make exceptions and let some rivals have a strain threshold if it helps the plot of the game. And last, we have nemesis. A nemesis is the same as a player character in virtually every single way, and in some cases can be more powerful to ensure being a threat to the whole party. There are no special rules for nemesis, as they follow the same rules as player characters. Each book will have an expansive list of varying types of adversaries that fit into the theme of each book. Each adversary will also have certain stats associated with it. They all have a name, characteristics, description, threshold, soak, defense, skills, talents, abilities, and equipment. And that is the end of the video and of the Beginner's Guide series. If you are new to the channel, I highly encourage you to check out the series from the beginning. I'll put a card up in one of the corners and down in the description below there's a link. It has had overwhelmingly positive, fantastic reviews left into the comments of all these videos by other people in the Star Wars community. So if you want to learn more about this game and you're just starting out, please go watch all of those videos. They're incredibly helpful. If you have any questions about this video though, you can drop a comment down below. I do my best to answer every single one. And if this video was helpful, again, please blast that like button. It really helps us out as we move into this next chapter of the channel. Speaking of which, Next week's video is going to be what's the next chapter of the channel? What can you guys expect from the Tabletop Empire now that the only thing that we've been doing for 6 months has come to an end? So if you're interested in this channel and you're interested in seeing more Star Wars RPG content, please keep an eye out for that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be set as a premiere, but not 100% sure yet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, but until then, and as always, may the Force be with you.